Hey guys, just thought of it now, and I'm about to go get things together for tomorrow morning. I never really went through what I do for pre-workout drinks. As I've said over and over again, and some folks have reminded me that I've said it too many times, I work out about 5 a.m. So it is 9:45 at night, and I'm getting ready for tomorrow morning's workout, which is a narrow grip bench. I don't like eating a lot. I'm not up a long time before. I essentially get out of bed about 15 minutes before I get to the gym, maybe even some days 10. On the warmer days, it takes a little longer. So I do want to get something in my system, something very basic, something that isn't going to just throw me off the cliff, isn't going to be crazy, over-stimulus, going to get me sick to my stomach, that sort of thing. It's been an experiment. I've had a variety of things. And another thing to consider is I'm drug tested. I'm under the WADA guidelines, so I have to be very careful about what I take. I can be tested any day, any night, without notice. So we're very little notice. Under the IPF, I'm considered a WADA athlete. We're an anti-doping agency athlete. So I have to be careful that I'm not taking anything that isn't approved. So with that said, basically I take two things, and it's just a mix. It's not real great tasting, but that's okay. So the first one I put this in water. So Optimum Nutrition Whey, standard whey. This one's 24 grams, and actually this is vanilla ice cream. I started with about a half scoop. I've worked up to a full scoop before the workout, and I mix it with a salt by Muscle Farm. That's this stuff in the green bottle. Salt by Muscle Farm. Now the reason why it's a pre-workout thing, and there's some negative feelings about whether pre-workout things are necessary or useful, and I kind of am in that same boat. I mean, do you need one to really get yourself there? I mean, aren't you serious enough? That type of deal. But it is very early in the morning. I'm not brewing a cup of coffee before going out the door, so it's kind of easy for me. It has good stuff in it. Does everything work like advertised? No. I don't think so, but I figure it's the thing about the Muscle Farm stuff compared to other pre-workouts is it is tested. They're tested under their inbound product is tested. There's a lot of people who promise you clean, controlled supplements, which very well could be. But there's no real testing of the inbound materials. Muscle Farm has the ability, has the testing that you need on the inbound and the manufacturing of their materials. I'm not trying to knock any other supplement company. I'm not trying to say they're the only one. I'm just saying I've used their product for the last couple of years and trusted. So that's Salt by Muscle Farm and basic whey, Optimum Nutrition Whey. So that's the basics of what I do. Good morning. It's Monday morning, December the 30th. We're 8 weeks from the Arnold Sports Festival. Today I'm doing narrow speed bench. This morning I worked on some extra stuff, and I think I need to keep on working on it. One of the mobility issues that I have is, I'm blaming a lot of stuff. I get tennis elbow. But one of the I started working with the Voodoo band from Rogue Fitness to work on my tennis elbow, and one of the things that quickly came up from my super friend, my wife, to help me with the mobility on my elbow was I'm not getting my hand my hand, most people, I don't know if you can see this, most people are able to get their hand, your socket, be able to get your hand flat, at least flat. And some of the voodoo workouts is moving your hand flat and being able to bend it up and do some movements with the elbows. I'll link the some of those mobility things I'm trying to do with the elbow. I'll link those. Look at the, I'll put a little square here, guys. And for those of you relatively new to YouTube or don't know, if I put the little square here with the video link, you can click on that link. My link right here will pause, and it'll pop up in a new window. You can go check out that video, and this video will pause for you, and then you can come back to it after that video on the voodoo stretching. I'll link right over here. Okay, box. Okay, so check that out. But I'm trying to do some mobility stuff with the elbow. One of the things that came out is I'm not able to get my hand into a full flat rotation, which is a shoulder pin. I've been doing some things to work on the shoulder, but I think I need to push it a little harder. My right hand, you should be able to, see if I can do this, you should be able to rotate and get your hand flat when you're sitting back like this. You should be able to do a flat movement with your hand. I'm pretty close over here. Okay, and what happens is when you're not able to do that, which on this side, let me see if I can get there. On this side, now I've just done mobility, but when I started mobility, my hand can barely get to the rotation. I know the mirror's probably screwing me up. So if I pull out here, my hand is now getting to an almost flat position, but that's after about 15 minutes of shoulder mobility. So a couple things I'm doing in the shoulder mobility department. One comes from Donnie Thompson, who works a lot with Kelly Starrett. This is a standing one, is to be able to put your rope band on here. Now Donnie uses probably the black rope band. That has a crazy amount of tension, and that's why he's a huge bencher. He pushes out and makes a fist, brings the band around behind him. And basically this is the poor man's way of doing it, but this is really useful if you're on your own. You start with your fist out pointed, you should be back into the capsule, and be able to rotate your hand outward, right? Okay? Now that's my good hand. Now my bad hand I don't do as well. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be able to sit back into it and get a flat hand. Now I still have my little competition, and this is my good side. The other exercise I do is off the floor with a kettlebell. And now, here we go, another one. I'll put a link to Kelly Starrett's how to do the mobility stuff right down here, right over here, on how to do the shoulder mobility, how to do that with a kettlebell and a band. That is good. Usually try to have a super friend. When we talk about super friend, it's someone that will kind of inflict pain on you, because some of the exercises are good to a point, your body stops, you just need a little more help. Just a little more help. And just having someone give you a little more of a twist. This morning I had Don over here give me a little bit of an extra extension at the end of the range of motion on the, what I'll call the Donnie Thompson shoulder rotation stuff. Yeah, that will help you get that little extra exercise, and I think I need to add that going forward.